This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So we are given three integers in our input. So in the first line we have two integers 30 and 30, and in the second line we have an integer which represents the year. So the given year is 2021. So the first integer represents m and the second integer represents n. So it is given in the question that a doctor has two hospitals, one in city A and another in city B. So he will be visiting the city A hospital and city B hospital alternatively. So he will be visiting the city A hospital for m number of days and city B hospital for n number of days. And after visiting city B hospital, again he will come back to city A. So alternatively he will be visiting both of his hospitals. So now our task is to print the schedule for visiting of hospitals in the year 2021. So he will be visiting both the hospitals for 30 number of days. So in the year 2021, for the first 30 days he will be in city A. So under city A we are printing 1st January till 30th January. So for first 30 days he is in the city A hospital, and for the next 30 days he will move to the city B hospital. So under the city B we are printing 31 January till 1st March. So in between these two time period there are 30 days. So in this 30 days he will be in city B, and again for 2nd March till 31st March he will come back to city A. So we are printing those dates, and again from 1st April to 30th April he will be in city B. So like this alternatively he will be visiting both of his hospital. So we have to print our date format like this. So now let us see how we will be writing a C program for this. So first I am creating a function named isLeap. So this function returns 1 if the given year is a leap year, else it returns 0. So the condition for checking whether a year is a leap year or not is either it should be divisible by 400. So that should be the first condition, or it should satisfy two conditions. It should be not divisible by 100 and it should be divisible by 4. So if both of these conditions are satisfied or this condition is satisfied, it is a leap year. So coming to the main function, first we are creating three integer variables named m, n and year, and then using a scanf statement we are accepting the values of m, n and year. And then I am creating an integer array named days, in which we are storing the number of days present in each and every month. So the first integer 31, which represents the number of days in January month, and then 28 represents the number of days in February. So like this we are storing the number of days present in each and every month. And then if it is a leap year, then February will have an extra day. So using the function isLeap, we are checking whether the given year is a leap year or not. So if it returns 1, then we will increment the days by 1 in the first index. And then I am creating another character array named month, in which we are storing the names of the month. And then I am creating some more variables which we will be using in our logic. So integer L, flag and current day and number of days. So I am setting three integers values to 0, and for number of days I am setting days of L. So the initial value of L is 0. So days of L is nothing but the number of days in January month. So initially we will be starting from the January month. So I am setting number of days is equal to number of days present in January month. And only here we are going to start implementing our logic. So we have to create a infinite while loop, and within this while loop we should have two for loop. So the first for loop will be for the city A and the second for loop will be for the city B. So this is the first for loop. So this is for the city A. So it is given in the question that the doctor will be in city A for m number of days. So this loop iterates from 0 till m. So every iteration of this for loop is nothing but 1 day. So I am incrementing the variable current day. So I am setting current day plus plus. So now if the doctor is present in the city A hospital for m number of days, then the first iteration of this loop will be his starting day and the last iteration will be his ending day in that hospital. So if I is equal to 0, then we will print the date. So that will be the starting date. Similarly, if I is equal to m minus 1, so that will be the last day in his city A hospital. So in those cases also we will print the date. So we are printing the days in the given format. So the day should have 2 digits and the year should have 4 digits. So we are printing as such. And here we are also including another if condition. So here we are checking whether the current day is equal to number of day. That is, while we are incrementing the day, at one point we will reach the end of the month. So the end of month is nothing but the number of days. So we have stored the total number of days in the variable named number of days. So when current days becomes equal to the number of days, then it means we have reached the month end. So again we have to reset the values. So I am setting current day is equal to 0, and we have to update the number of days because we have to move to the next month. So I am incrementing L, and now we are updating the number of days. And here we are also checking another condition. So if it is the month end and if it is the December month, then it means the year itself has ended. So we should not move to the next year. So we should print the final date and we should terminate the whole program. So if L becomes 11, then it is the December month. So we set flag is equal to 1 and break out of this for loop. So after the for loop, we check whether the flag is equal to 1. If it is, then we execute a break condition. So using this break condition only, we will break this infinite while loop. And here within the for loop, we are also printing the date whenever I is not equal to m minus 1, because if I is equal to m minus 1, then already we would have printed the date. So only when I is not equal to m minus 1, we are printing the last date. So 31 December. So that date we will be printing. So this is the first for loop. Similarly, we also have another for loop over here. So this for loop is for the city B. So the city B has n number of days. So the doctor will be present for n number of days in city B hospital. So this loop iterates only for n number of times. So here we are not going to print the dates, because first our task is to print all the city A dates, and after that separately we have to print the city B dates. So here we are just implementing the main logic alone. So we are incrementing the current day, and if the current day becomes equal to the number of days, then we will reset the value of current days and we will update the number of days. And again, if L is 11, then we set flag is equal to 1 and execute the break condition. And after the loop, if flag is equal to 1, here also we execute a break condition to terminate out of the infinite while loop. So this is the condition in order to print the schedule. But now we have printed only for the city A. So similarly, again using the same logic, we have to print for the city B. So again I am resetting all the values. So I am setting L is equal to 0, flag is equal to 0, and I am resetting all the values to default. And again we have to create a infinite while loop and we have to write similar code. So in the first while loop we had 2 for loops. So here also we should have 2 for loops. And in the first while loop we were printing only in the first loop, because first we need to print for the city A, and we used the second for loop only for calculation. So here we have to do the opposite. Here the printf statements will be present in the second for loop, because now we have to print the schedule for the city B, and we will use the first for loop only for calculations. So these are the only difference which we need to do within this infinite while loop. So this is the logic to solve today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.